well on this very special day, winter solstice. I wanted to share this video today because I felt called to share with you my perspective, my experience of this special day, of this transitional day. And also because I was thinking of myself last year and the previous years. And I remember never really knowing what to do on those special dates. So I thought that I would share this video for people out there who are like the me of last year. Yeah. So today is the shortest day of the year here in the North Hemisphere, which means it's also the longest night. And this brings me so much joy. I wanted to share with you my perspective on this and how I feel about it, and also what I'm planning to do. Longest night of the year. And the way this resonates with me is joy. It brings me so much joy. I think this year has been, for all of us, a year of isolation, a year of being quiet, withdrawing, or at least having less distractions as usual and having less activity as we're used to. So either we wanted to go inwards and we did, or we didn't want it and we've been forced to in some way, because there's just that many TV shows you can watch on Netflix. I'm sure that at some point all of us have experienced moments where they just sat with themselves. For me, I've really welcomed this. This year, or the past 6 months or more, have been all about withdrawing, going inwards, and this is why you haven't seen much of me on Instagram either. So I've really welcomed lockdowns as an opportunity to go in, to shed all of the distractions, to take out of all of the unessential things, and try to see what remains. And every time we spend time by ourselves, it's a great opportunity to go within and to go specifically in an area of our inner self that I like to call the inner basement. So if you see yourself as a house, the basement is this dark place where we tend to put stuff and forget about it. It's where cobwebs are covering the corners and the walls. It's where maybe even we hear strange sounds, maybe rats or something. It's where the light doesn't really work well, or if it works when we turn it on, we never know what we're going to stumble upon. It's a metaphor for our inner darkness, our shadow, a part of ourselves that we tend to shun, a part of ourselves that we tend to shove it under the carpet and forget about it. Specifically, you can try and think of all this stuff about yourself that you are not comfortable with, and that you put in a closet and close the door of that closet and even threw the key away. And so I think this year has been a great, and is still a great opportunity to go and revisit that basement, that inner basement, and see what's up in there. Maybe you'll find rats. Maybe you'll find dead bodies. Maybe you'll find ghosts. And the brave soul goes down there. I'm not saying it's not scared, but it goes down there because it knows that it's in the inner basement that there's work to do. So for me, the past 6 months have been all about going to my inner basement and rekindling parts of myself that I was always ashamed of. You know, we all have parts of ourselves that are not aligned with what society wants us to be, or morality, or our education, or religion, or what's good and bad. But I believe that these parts are not to be suppressed. Obviously, if you have, for example, inner violence within you, of course, I think it's healthy to keep it under your watch so that you don't go out and kill someone. But there's a difference between keeping it under my watch and totally suppressing it. And for a big part of my life, I've been suppressing things. And for the past year, I've been allowing it to emerge and seeing it and then managing it with my consciousness, with my awareness, with my self-accepting awareness. And it has tremendously changed my inner emotional landscape. And it has also affected my inner peace. In other words, the more time I spend in my inner basement, like I did for the past half year or 7 months or more or so, the more time I spend in my inner basement, every time I come up to the house, I feel more at peace. And I mean, I'm not inventing the wheel here. If you'd like to, or if this resonates with you, and if you'd like to read more about this, I invite you to read the works of Carl Jung, a psychologist who talks a lot about this. Integrating your shadows will allow you to be more whole, to be more at peace with yourself, and therefore with the others. And so coming back to the winter solstice, today is the longest night, and for me this is the ultimate symbol of the dark night of the soul, which is this journey into our inner basement. And so today, for me, the celebration and the rituals are all going to be about, well, celebrating this long night, celebrating the dark night and the terrors that you find in the dark night, your own terrors. It's really reconnecting with these parts of ourselves that we shut down and even that we're scared of. And what's really, really beautiful about rituals and ceremonies is that they give a safe space, just like meditation, to reconnect with those parts. So again, let's say that you have inner violence in you, and violence is a thing in your history, or it's something that you've received from your ancestors or whatever. Reconnecting to inner violence in the safe scope of a ritual will make it a safe experience for yourself and for the others. So this is a great opportunity to do this today, tonight. So that's what I'm going to be doing today through a fire ritual. We're going to be celebrating death. The death of parts of us that don't serve us anymore. Also the death of these parts that we have killed in the past. The death of our identity as we change and evolve every year, every cycle. And the death of the things, the people, the situations that we have let go this year, be it of our own initiative or through the circumstances. And this year has been a complicated one for a lot of us, and many of us have experienced loss. And today can be a great opportunity to have a ritual and a ceremony to let go. So the way I feel called to do it today is to do a puja ceremony with a fire ceremony. Fire is a great ally to let go of things. So I'll be writing things on papers, things that I want to let go, or that I want to let go of. Mainly parts of myself that I have shedded, skins I have shedded this past few months, people I have let go of, situations, thoughts, beliefs. And I'll be feeding that to the sacred fire, and giving it to an element and trusting the element that it's going to do whatever needs to be done to these things. And really, for me, it's all about honoring this transition from darkness to light, but not rushing it. So tonight for me, the accent will be put on death, on darkness. And I know many of us are very much looking forward to the age of Aquarius, and I've been reading about that, and it seems to be an age of full of optimism and full of humanitarian values and like very positive things, community and things like that. But for me, I really want to honor the darkness first, because we usually tend to rush our way into the next thing, and transitions take time. Transition need time. And when you look at nature, and when you look at the light itself, so today is the longest night, and starting from tomorrow, the night is going to start to shorten and the days are going to start to lengthen. But this process is going to take a long time, right? So tomorrow, night will still feel very long for us. It will be just like a minute at a time. And I want to honor that. I want to honor the slowness of the transition. What I mean here, I guess, is that the next few months for me are still about looking at my darkness and cocooning and staying at home and having candles around and being in silence and being in darkness and looking at myself in full honesty before I let this light and this joyfulness come back to my body and to my being. I need first to declutter. I need first to do my decluttering or uncluttering in my inner basement. And I feel like I'm still not done with that. So yeah, so that's the ritual I'll be doing tonight. And then I felt also like planting a seed in the earth, literally. So I will be giving something to the earth, but I will be giving without putting a set intention or anything. And I'm doing this willingly because I feel that every time I focus so much on the intention that I don't honor the other part, which is dying first. So I intentionally this year do honor the seed planting part of the ritual, but it's just it's a lot in surrender. I will plant something in the earth and say to Mother Earth, to Mother Life, I give you my offering and I trust you fully. I trust that you will give me what I need. The same when the tree drops a seed in the earth, it trusts the earth that it will give exactly what is supposed to come out. And it's this ties back to my intention this year to live in flow, to stop thinking that I create my life and to start co-creating my life with life itself. Leave space to life to surprise me. And I've been doing this actually for the past few months, and it's been really, really, really amazing, and it's been giving me so much more joy. Life has become so much more joyful compared to the way I lived life before, which was much more organized and set in stone. So this ritual will be also about that, because we are transitioning. So I think it's also important to recognize and celebrate the second part of the transition, which is what's coming. Yeah. So there it is. Again, I felt called to come on camera and share this. and to show up, truly. So this is it. Happy solstice, happy great conjunction, happy holidays, and all I can wish for both you and me is peace. Thank you for watching.